All right, so we have a lot of new followers on the page, and I am so excited y'all are with us on Shepherding Outdoors. You're going to find a lot of video content here about stuff we do outside. You're going to find a lot of stories that I write about things I do with my girls. You're going to find a lot of pictures of our family and just things we're doing on a day-to-day basis. It's all about our faith, our family, and our adventures in God's great outdoors. One of the things that we're working on right now is the Cottle Creek Cabin. Now, I want to show you right behind me is Cottle Creek. Way back there, you see my duck box. Duckhut.com, by the way, if you want a duck box, they're great. This is Cottle Creek. It's a hard limestone bottom creek, which is pretty rare in South Alabama. Most of them are muddy. And this is one of our favorite places to come as a family. We love to come. We'll come set up right out there. And we have an old table we'll put out in the middle of the creek. Get some old chairs or plastic chairs or something that you don't mind getting wet. We'll have a big picnic out there. We'll go swim down the creek a little bit, just spend the whole afternoon here. We love it. And so we decided, and I also come here and write a lot. And so because I come here and write a lot, and because the family enjoys it so much, we decided that we wanted to do this project. And this is what we call the Cottle Creek Cabin. And so I want to give my longtime viewers, whatever, followers, I don't like the word fans. I'm uncomfortable calling y'all fans. I'd rather call you friends, not fans. I don't think I'm anybody special, or none of us in our family think that we're famous or that we have any kind of notoriety. And so I don't like the word fans, I guess. And so we'd rather call you friends. But anyway, my longtime friends who've been following what we do here. Sorry, I thought I saw a deer. No. There are a bunch of deer behind me on the other side of the house. Maybe they'll be there when we get over there. They've been watching me build this cabin. I've been working on it for over a year now. So come on, I want to show you. I'm going to give you a quick tour of the cabin, and I'm going to show those folks who've been around a little bit kind of some of the updates we're doing so that y'all can kind of keep up with what's going on. So come on, let's go take a look. Okay, so here we are up on the porch. The whole cabin is not very big, but I love this feature right here. See this cedar post holding up the porch right here? Here's another cedar post holding up the porch, and then here's the corner down here, also another cedar post. I just love that kind of natural feel to it. I also like, with this post in particular, because it was out of the way and on the corner, see there's a solid wall right here. And so not going to be a lot of traffic right here. So I left all the limbs on it. But imagine hummingbird feeders, ferns, wind chimes, all kinds of good stuff hanging off these limbs on this tree right here. Also, being on the porch will give us a good opportunity to see up close. The siding is what you call live edge. You notice it is not a straight line. That's because, so all this wood, all these trees I cut down myself. Me and a good friend of mine, Peter Williams, he has a sawmill, and so we milled all the wood ourselves. And when you do live edge, you cut one straight edge, which is hidden up here under the siding, and then the other you leave as if it were it is the natural contour of the tree. And so it just gives the house a really natural, kind of aesthetically blending look to it, and it gives it an authentic old school feel to it. Across the front of the porch right here, you see 3 large bay windows. It's just going to be solid pieces of double pane insulated glass right there. Come on, let's go inside. All right, I do have electricity, but it's not on right now. But the electricity is solar powered, and so right now all of it's shut down, and so it's powerless in here. But it's going to be a completely off-grid cabin. You see the walls, also wood that we cut off our land. We milled that wood ourselves, and we planed this wood. We have a big commercial planer, industrial planer that we ran it all through. And so like this board right here, that's 2 hands from my thumb to my pinky, 2 hands. So that's like a 16-inch board. The whole inside of the cabin is done in that wood. Now up here, you see our loft. I can't take you up to the loft right now because I haven't got the stairs up there yet, but that'll come. You'll see that another day. Come on, let's go in the kitchen. I should start, I guess, before I go in the kitchen by showing you. This is the loft from the other side. So this is the big living room. And by big, I mean it's 16 by 32. No, excuse me, 16 by 24. But that is the living room, a dining room, and a hallway all in one. Here's the main bedroom right here, which is just big enough for a queen bed and 2 end tables. There will not be a wall here, so it'll all be part of this adjoining room. That's the mechanical room where all the solar stuff and the electrical boxes and all that, hot water heater, all that stuff's in there. Natural gas, or excuse me, propane hot water heater. And then old cast iron sink we're gonna put in. Refrigerator out of an RV, a wrecked RV. I bought it for little or nothing. And in the kitchen, look y'all, the windows are starting to go in and they look great. I mean, I know right now you're thinking, he's nuts, those look terrible. Well, they kind of do, I get it, right? This is very rough. But they're framed in, that's the good part. They look, they're just filthy dirty. They need to be washed and cleaned. I should have done that probably before I hung them. And we're going to go in here, and we got to finish some trim work on the inside and get it all set up. These windows will not open up. They're permanently fixed like this, but you'll have a nice view out into the field out there. See? There were deer. There were 8 deer out there when I turned in the driveway earlier today. Kitchen counters here, sink here. From the sink, you'll stand and look out over the creek. There's that cool tree. It'll have bird feeders on it. One wall right here for a cupboard of some sort. That counter, by the way, is where you're going to see all those yardsticks y'all sent me. I'm going to make the kitchen countertop out of yardsticks. It's going to be awesome. So that's the inside. So all the inside walls are done, and the inside ceiling is done too, which I am just super excited about. Listen, this was a lot of work. There's a lot of blood, sweat, and tears that went into doing all that. All right, let's see. Here's the bathroom. For those of you who haven't seen it before, it's a wreck. There's a perspective sink that my buddy Travis gave me. The toilet will be right here. There'll be a whole bank of windows right here that'll look just like these. Let's go outside. So because it's on the water, this is the back door. And the back door is, in fact, where you park at. The water would be the front side. So out here on the back door, we have yet another cedar tree, right? This one had a split, a fork in it. I really like that. So we caught each side of the porch roof with it. Still more live edge siding out here. Door still got to be put in. But then look at these windows from the outside. I really have enjoyed looking at them from the outside. Now again, I mean, I know they're filthy dirty and they're broken and they need to be painted and they still got to have trim around them. But it just really brings the cabin to life to have that window, those windows in there. Just gives it a whole different flair. I'm really excited about it. I'm excited to see them in, and I'm excited to see the walls finished, and I'm looking forward to getting these windows done and trimmed out. Can't wait. It's gonna be good. These windows back here turned out good. Well, you know, I don't know if y'all know this or not, but in Alabama, we put our toilet outside right by the back door, so that in case you're having to do your business and you have company come over, it would be rude not to entertain your company, right? No, I'm just kidding. That's going in the house. But it is a used toilet. Everything is low budget here. This has all been super low budget. Windows here, live edge siding. So here you see the generator that offers backup power, fueled by propane. Propane water heater right here. Everything looks good. Eventually I'm gonna build a roof over all this once we get it all finished. and probably put some doors on it or something, kind of just, or a wall maybe right here that'll disguise it so you don't see all that stuff when you turn in the driveway. Way up there is our well. That's the holding tank for the water. It drops in elevation about 5 feet from there to where the cabin is, so it gets good pressure coming down the hill. We also reduce the pipe size coming down the hill, so it creates pressure by reduction. And so we have great water pressure at the house. It'll peel the skin off of you if you want it to. It's so strong. But again, solar powered pump and solar powered water, all off grid. Power goes out, no dependence on city sewer or county water or anything like that. We have a septic tank, so we can exist out here just all by our lonesome if we want to, which is kind of how I like it. And to me, this is why this is one of the greatest places in the world. We have this little rock shoal right here. Very shallow water all through there. You probably could walk across it and not even get your ankles wet. Doesn't stay like that all year, but most of the year. Then it channels out down there and gets a little bit deeper. In the summertime, there's a couple of nice little swimming holes down there. And this is called Cottle Creek. Just listen. If you're new to the page, then you're unaware of the fact that oftentimes when I come down here, we find a snake or two. In fact, right over there, I almost got bit by a water moccasin while I was filming a live video. You should go back and watch it. It's pretty entertaining. And so I'm always a little bit snake aware when I'm out here, but it's like 50 degrees today. It's going to get pretty cold tonight. Most all the snakes have gone in the ground already, so we should be fine. Okay, last bit and then I'm gone. You can't see them because this camera won't pick it up, but right out there in the edge of those woods, there's about 4 deer, and they're looking at me going, what is that fool doing? He's lost his mind. He's over here playing with sawdust, and he's pointing at stuff, and he's talking to himself. Well, they pretty much got me figured out. I see 2 does and a yearling. A yearling is like a 1-year-old deer, or deer born in the last year anyway. Hey, so I hope y'all enjoyed the tour of the Cottle Creek Cabin. I'll keep you posted. Be sure to like this video. Be sure to share this video and comment below, because the more you do that, the more you interact with the page, the more you let Facebook know that you want to see this content. Also, if you share it, one of your friends might see it and be like, hey, I'm interested in that, and they might start following the page too. Love y'all. Hope you have a great day. I hope that 2024 is going to be a great blessing for you. I know it, that God has great things in store for all of us. All right. Talk to y'all soon. Bye. Did you know this is all sawdust? Sawdust is a great commodity. In the old days, they used to pack things instead of those styrofoam peanuts that you get now in boxes, or instead of those bubble wrap things. In the old days, you used to pack breakables in shipping containers filled with sawdust. So you'd take this and you'd put your plate in it, and then you'd put some more sawdust on it. You'd put your next plate in it, and then you'd nail the lid shut, and it'd be fine. It wouldn't break. When I went, we got Banks an old antique vanity for Christmas. She has a big mirror. She doesn't have she's to that age. She's 14 now, so she likes to put on makeup and do all that kind of stuff. Well, so when I went to get it, I took about 2 inches of sawdust and I spread it out in the back of my truck, and I laid it on the back. I laid it down on its back on all that sawdust and packed it in. So sawdust is a great utility, a great tool. It also is great for starting fires out in the woods. If you take your Ziploc bag full of sawdust, really easy to start a fire with that. Now you know. There you see a bunch of wood chips from the planer mill in the back of my truck. When I plane the wood, it creates a lot of wood chips, and I hate to shovel them, so I have this blower system that blows them into the back of my truck, and then I take them off to a burn pile and dump them or something like that. There's the cabin from the backside. Windows in on some of the windows. It's looking good. It's really coming together. Hope y'all enjoyed this update, and I'll keep you posted with a few more videos in the next week or two. Hey, don't forget that I announced today that I'm doing a reprint, and you can go ahead and pre-buy or pre-reserve or pre-sell or whatever you want to call it. You can just make sure you get a copy. How about that? If you'll send me a check, I'll put my address in the text above for the video. And when I get your check, I'm going to hold it. I'm not going to cash it or deposit it until I get the books from the printer. And then once I ship your check, but what it does is I'll keep a spreadsheet. And when I get your check, I'll go ahead and log you in as having reserved a copy of the reprint of my first book. And when I ship the book to you, I'm gonna sign all of them, and then I'll ship it to you. And when I ship it to you, then I'll deposit your check. You can also get all 3 books. I have a limited quantity of all 3 books that you can send me a check for. I'll put details about that up there too. Or you can still buy number 2 from me. I have all 3. So what? That's the key. I have a very limited supply of number 2. I have a fairly limited supply of number 3. And I don't have much more than that of number 1 on the way. So you know what? I mean, I fully expect that when this run is over, I'll be out completely, and I probably won't have any more for a while until I do another reprint, because I am working on number 4. So there's that too. But number 4 is going to be a while. It's not going to be anytime soon. So we're going to get these books dealt with right here. I know there's a lot of people still want them. I get messages every day. Hey, how can I get the first book? How can I get the second book? And how can I get the third book? Well, right now you can get all 3. You just have to look above at the text above the video, and it'll all be there.